The Christian religion is a very powerful and convincing mistake. Happiness is part of who we are. Joy is the feeling. You must find the place inside yourself where nothing is impossible. Winners are not afraid of losing, but losers are. Failure is part of the process of success. People who avoid failure also avoid success. Life moves very fast. It rushes from heaven to hell in a matter of seconds. The beautiful journey of today can only begin when we learn to let go of yesterday. Remember that a wish held fervently turns into belief, and a belief held diligently becomes reality. Life gives us choices. You either grab on with both hands and just go for it, or you sit on the sidelines. Though all men be equally frail before the world, the differences between them are terrifying. When you realize there is something you don't understand, then you're generally on the right path to understanding all kinds of things. We are all insects, groping towards something terrible or divine. It takes more effort to avoid the truth than it does to face it. Once you bid farewell to discipline, you say goodbye to success. Keep creating. The world yearns to celebrate your next masterpiece. In your own life, it's important to know how spectacular you are. A great many people think they are thinking when they are merely rearranging their prejudices. Because this is the way things are meant to be. It is too difficult to think nobly when one thinks only of earning a living. Life is magical for those whose hearts are loving, minds are full with joy, and eyes that are dancing with beauty. Ethical veganism represents a commitment to nonviolence. I'm the one that's got to die when it's time for me to die, so let me live my life the way I want to. How much you can learn when you fail determines how far you will go into achieving your goals. Men don't need linguistic talent, they just need courage and words. In the world there exists no aesthetic plane, not even the aesthetic plane of goodness. Integrity is doing the right thing when nobody's watching, and doing as you say you would do. Life is short. If you doubt me, ask a butterfly. Their average lifespan is a mere 5 to 14 days. You must let suffering speak if you want to hear the truth. I don't fancy colors of the face. I'm always attracted to colors of the brain. Using your talent, hobby, or profession in a way that makes you contribute with something good to this world is truly the way to go. Feelings are real. They often become one's reality, but they are not always based on truth. Go slowly, so that you do not bite your tail by accident. The hardest battle you are ever going to have to fight is the battle to be just you. If a bullet should enter my brain, let that bullet destroy every closet door. I think I've discovered the secret of life. You just hang around until you get used to it. There is a road from the eye to the heart that does not go through the intellect. The truth is incontrovertible. Malice may attack it, ignorance may deride it, but in the end, there it is. Sometimes you need a little crisis to get your adrenaline flowing and help you realize your potential. My hope still is to leave the world a bit better than when I got here. Teachers are the one and only people who save nations. Anyone who isn't embarrassed of who they were last year probably isn't learning enough. It is an occupational hazard that anyone who has spent her life learning how to lie eventually becomes bad at telling the truth. It's only after you've stepped outside your comfort zone that you begin to change, grow, and transform. Every grain of sand has an intricate role to play in this marvelous masterpiece called life. Nothing is random. Respect all happenings. Never be bullied into silence. Never allow yourself to be made a victim. Accept no one's definition of your life, but define yourself. There is your truth and there is my truth. As for the universal truth, it does not exist. We never know which lives we influence, or when, or why. Cunning grows in deceit at seeing itself discovered and tries to deceive with truth itself. Everything that can be thought at all can be thought clearly. Everything that can be said clearly. I have so much to share with the world. Please be patient and you will get everything you are currently waiting for. Don't turn over the rocks if you don't want to see the pale creatures who live under them. It is when things are at worst you will get the best. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. Stanford University Commencement Speech, 2005. Wisdom comes not from age, but from education and learning. What we achieve inwardly will change outer reality. My past has not defined me, destroyed me, deterred me, or defeated me. It has only strengthened me. The beginning of wisdom is the definition of terms. If you believe very strongly in something, stand up and fight for it. There is no limit to the amount of good you can do if you don't care who gets the credit. Success involves going to where others believe is too far. For a word to be spoken, there must be silence, before and after. Burning is not possible without learning, and learning is not possible without burning. At some point, you just gotta forgive the past. Your happiness hinges on it. But better to get hurt by the truth than comforted with a lie. I drink a cup of sunlight every morning to brighten myself. It takes guts and humility to admit mistakes. Admitting we're wrong is courage, not weakness. Alive or dead, the truth won't rest. Rise up while you can. People have boldness to criticize, but not to sensitize. It is a joy to be hidden and disaster not to be found. The more ways you can tell a story and paint a picture, the better it is. Living a princely life requires that you learn to think and reason like the prince, talk and behave like him, react like him as well. Once war becomes a clash of absolutes, there is no breathing room for mercy. Absolute truth is blind truth. We cannot change what we are not aware of, and once we are aware, we cannot help but change. Good authors worry about genres, great authors don't. Sometimes it's not enough to know what things mean. Sometimes you have to know what things don't mean. Hearing voices no one else can hear isn't a good sign, even in the wizarding world. The heart is the toughest part of the body. Tenderness is in the hands. Understanding is but the sum of our misunderstandings. Just between us, that's my way of comprehending the world. In a nutshell, a man travels the world over in search of what he needs and returns home to find it. Dripping water hollows out stone, not through force but through persistence. The mind is everything. What you think you become. To ugly ducklings everywhere, don't worry about those fluffy yellow morons. They'll never get to be swans. Where the willingness is great, the difficulties cannot be great. A man, though wise, should never be ashamed of learning more and must unbend his mind. Don't think about the possibilities of failing. Never forget to think about the possibilities of flying. People who belittle people will be little people and will accomplish very little. Arrival in the world is really a departure, and that, which we call departure, is only a return. If your desire is for good, the people will be good. Beliefs are choices. First you choose your beliefs, then your beliefs affect your choices. Almost everything is changeable, improvable, and achievable unless the laws of nature prevent it from happening. But remember, boy, that a kind act can sometimes be as powerful as a sword. Single is not a status, it is a word that describes a person who is strong enough to live and enjoy life without depending on others. What is considered impossible is someone else's opinion. What is possible is my decision. Life is 10% what you make it and 90% how you take it. Politeness is the first thing people lose once they get the power. It is easy to be conspicuously compassionate if others are being forced to pay the cost. All opinions are not equal. Some are a very great deal more robust, sophisticated, and well-supported in logic and argument than others. True, life is complex, but so are a great many accidents. My mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive. The only man who never makes mistakes is the man who never does anything. If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything.